One of the myths that poor people teach their children about money is that you need to save. You're never going to get wealthy if you aren't able to take profits from projects and deals and reinvest it into bigger projects. Hey, Aaron Adams here with Infinity Investing. I was talking to an investor of mine the other day. He said, Aaron, you've been doing this 22 years. You started as a high school teacher. Now you're making over $1 million a year. What money habits do you have that have helped you get to where you are? And I thought that was a really interesting question because it's not something that I've really thought about, but as I've thought about the answer to his question, it's something that I think is worth sharing. And I'll never forget in 2000, flipping my first duplex and leaving escrow in California with a check for $50,000 in net profits, and how as a high school teacher making $40,000 a year, that just changed my whole universe. And I know that some of you are investing or you have six-figure W-2 incomes where you are living off of less than what you're making. The best advice I can give to someone who has a surplus is to really get dialed into how much you need to live off of. I meet people that every time they get a raise, they raise their standard of living and they're not getting wealthy because they're not investing enough money. And, when I first got started, it was $4,000 a month. And obviously that number is more now. I have 6 kids in the house and a lot going on, but it still amounts to less than 10% of what I average in a month. You're never going to get wealthy. You're never going to move forward if you aren't able to take profits from projects and deals and reinvest it into bigger projects. Farmers call it eating your seed corn. One of the myths that poor people teach their children about money is that you need to save. And it's not, you need to learn to be an investor. Now, if you're not making enough money, or if you're living over more than 80% of what you make, then your problem is that you just spend too much. You need to learn about the word austerity and how you can cut your budget. But once you've mastered living within your means, then the next biggest step to becoming a 7-figure income earner is learning to invest and learning to delay gratification. I can't tell you how important that concept is. Everybody talks about that, but if you are overspending on your cars, overspending on your home, which are both liabilities, overspending on your vacations, then you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're not really getting ahead. And I can't emphasize enough the importance of learning to invest, learning to delay gratification, and learning what your number is. And as you master those things, then you'll see your wealth jump by leaps and bounds.